Good morning, students. Today's our topic is applications of fibers. So, application means end use of textile fibers, nylon, the ropes, airbags, parachute fabric, tire cords, dress materials, active sports wear, seat belt, and nonwovens are the main applications of nylon fiber. Polyester is mainly used for clothing and pillow, carpets, filters, medical textiles, and working clothes. Because if it is very strong in nature, polyester fabrics are used in industrial cloths also. Next, acrylic fiber. Here, the acrylic fiber is mainly suitable for sweaters, socks, sportswear, hygiene applications, floor covering, and outdoor furnishing. Next, polypropylene. It's mainly famous for its bags. So, grocery bags, shampoo bottles, children toys, and raincoats are produced with the help of polypropylene fibers. Kevlar is one of the mostly used bulletproof fabric. So the bulletproof vests are made up of Kevlar and face masks, ropes, cables, tire cords. These are the applications of Kevlar fiber. Next, applications of natural fibers. The first natural fiber is cotton. So we know cotton is mainly used for clothing purpose because its comfort property. We generally use cotton as a clothing material. So clothing, bed sheet, towel, carpets, medical textiles, and canvas, twines, tapes, cords, sewing threads. Cotton sewing threads also famous, very famous, especially the core spun yarn manufactured with the help of cotton and polyester fiber. The core is normally a cotton fiber, the sheath is a polyester fiber, the core spun yarn. Sewing threads are mostly used. Then silk fiber is especially used for silk sarees. So dress material, sutures in medical textiles, handbags, umbrella, curtains, wall coverings, carpets, sewing threads, embroidery threads, ribbons, and bedcloths. These are the applications of silk fiber. Next, wool. Suits, pullovers, sweaters, overcoats, winter blouses, hats, socks, stockings, blankets, carpet, curtain, furnishing, clothing, and industrial fades. So jute is very famous for sweater manufacturing and overcoats. Jute is one of the natural fiber. The main applications of jute fiber is socks, packing material, ropes, twines, stuffing material in automotives, carpet, garment interlining, pillow lining, shoe lining, telephone and electrical power cables are manufactured with the help of jute fibers. Flax and linen. The paper currency is made up of flax fiber. Cigarette paper, fine writing paper, swimming suit, garments for tropical wear, sailcloth, fishing lines, tent fabric, sewing threads, napkins, bed sheets are produced with the help of flax or linen fibers. Next, spandex fiber is mainly used for production of knitted wears for giving elasticity. The underwear, swimwear, hosiery used as covered yarns or core spun yarn. Glass fiber, the most toughest fiber. The density of the glass fiber is more, around 2.5. So it is used for fireproof fabrics, screens, curtains, thermal insulation purpose, wadding, soundproof products, filtration glass, optical fiber, and telecommunication industry, tire cords, for reinforcement. These are the main applications of glass fibers. So, the applications of natural and man-made fibers. We discussed so far about the applications of nylon fiber, polyester fiber, acrylic, polyethylene, Kevlar, cotton, silk, wool, jute, flax, spandex and glass fiber. These are the applications of mostly used natural and man-made fibers. Next topic is cotton cultivation. Cultivation of cotton. How the cotton fibers are produced. So we know very well cotton fiber is a natural fiber. So fibers are produced naturally. So it requires black or red soil. Cotton does not require as highly saturated soil for paddy, like paddy. So it grows well in black and red soil. Climatic conditions, cotton require 6 to 7 months of warm weather. 6 to 7 months of warm weather with plenty of sunshine. So the sunshine is very important for growing of cotton fiber. The average rainfall of 3 to 5 inches is required for cotton growing, and during planting stage 1.5 to 2 meters growths are prepared, and April and May month is a seed planting stage month. So normally the April and May month is a seed sowing stage. The planting of seeds varies from place to place, country to country. In India, the April or May and the cultivation normally takes a year. Nowadays, latest technologies are used in agricultural industry, so the time for period for growing of cotton plant also reduced. So because of developments in new cotton varieties and cultivation method, we can reduce the time of processing of cotton fiber. After plucking, carefully selected seeds are sown around 0.5 to 4 inches deep into the soil at the growth of the plant. Young plants come out of the seeds 8 to 10 days after sowing the seeds. At first, the leaves are tender and flesh colored. After a few days, they change to olive green. The plant grows gradually after 40 days. From the young plant stage, it reaches its fullest height. Just before reaching the fullest height, the plant begins to flower. That is, small buds appear and the flowering continues for another 30 days. When the bud starts to bloom, the petals of the flowers are pale yellow in color on the first day, then they turn pink into the second day, and the third day they fall down. Thus, each flower falls after only 3 days, leaving behind a small seed pod known as a ball of cotton fiber. The balls or seeds are responsible for growing the fibers. When all the petals have fallen down, small triangular pods appear in place of the flowers. Each pod contains about 30 seeds and up to 5 lakhs fibers of cotton. Each fiber grows its full length in 3 weeks, and for following 4 to 7 weeks, each fiber gets thicker as layers of cellulose build up the cell walls. As the seeds grow, a smooth mass of fine hair grows on the seeds. There may be 100 to 10,000 fibers per seed depending upon the variety of cotton. The fibers grow in length and mass every day for about 20 to 30 days. The ball also goes on increasing in size. as the seeds and fibers grow continuously inside the ball, the pressure inside the ball keeps on increasing and it becomes so high. Then the splitting or bursting of the balls happen 10 weeks after flowering. The fully grown, soft, fibrous substance appear as a white fluffy mass of seed cotton, then is now exposed to sunlight. The raw cotton fibers burst out to dry in the sun as they lose water and each fiber collapses into what looks like a twisted ribbon. So this twisted ribbon structure of cotton fiber comes from here only. The natural twist present in the cotton fiber, that is known as convolution, is because of this reason only. As soon as the pot or ball bursts open, the cotton should be picked. The harvesting of cotton, the picking of cotton, normally in India like countries, we are doing manual picking, but other countries like America, all those things, they are using machines for picking the cotton. So picking is by hand or mechanical pickers. These are the steps for cotton cultivation. Next topic is physical structure of cotton. Physical structure of cotton fiber. It consists of cuticle, primary wall, secondary wall, lumen. Cuticle, it is the outermost layer of cotton fiber. It is composed of wax, pectic materials. So primary wall, the layer immediately below the cuticle is called primary wall. This wall is composed of very fine threads of cellulose called fibrils. Secondary wall, this wall lies below the primary wall. It is also composed of cellulose. The layer consists of 20 to 30 layers. The fibrils angles from 25 to 40 degree. The secondary wall also contributes to the dyeability of the cotton fiber. Lumen, the hollow canal running through the width of the fiber, is called lumen. It's innermost part of the fiber. In mature cotton, lumen will not be appear. So the physical structure of cotton fiber consists of 4 parts. First one is cuticle, second one is primary wall, third one is secondary wall, last one is lumen. Next, classification of fibers. Classification of fibers. Generally, cotton fiber classification is in 5 categories. Sea island cotton, Egyptian cotton, American cotton, Indian cotton, finally Chinese cotton. These are the 5 different classifications of cotton fiber all over the world. So the sea island cotton, Egyptian cotton, American cotton, Indian cotton, Chinese cotton. So depending upon the type of cotton, the length of the fiber is vary. For example, the sea island cotton has very good length when compared to Indian cottons. Indian cotton are having average length only. So these are the classification of cotton fibers. Next topic is viscose rayon manufacturing process. So the manufacturing process of viscose rayon consists of the following process. The first process is steeping, pressing, shredding, aging, gyanation, dissolving, ripening, filtering, decasing, spinning, drawing, washing, cutting. These are the 13 processes required for preparing viscose rayon. Is a regenerated cellulosic fiber. So it is produced by wet spinning process. So it requires more number of processes to produce the fibers. The first process is called steeping process. Here the cellulose pulp is immersed in 70 to 20% NaOH sodium hydroxide solution at a temperature of 18 to 25 degrees centigrade. Here the cellulose is converted into alkali cellulose. Next process is pressing. The swollen alkali cellulose mass is pressed to a wet equivalent of 2.5 to 3 times the original pulp weight to obtain the accurate ratio of alkali cellulose. Next process is shredding. The pressed alkali cellulose is shredded mechanically to yield finely divided fluffy particles called crumbs. This steps provides increased surface area of the alkali cellulose, thereby increasing its ability to react in the steps that follow. Aging. The alkali cellulose is aged under controlled condition of time and temperature in order to depolymerize the cellulose to the desired degree of polymerization, around 18 to 30 degrees centigrade. In this step, the average molecular weight of the original pulp is reduced by a factor of 2 or 3. Reduction of cellulose is done to get a viscose solution for right viscosity and cellulose concentration. Next process is gyanation process. In this step, the aged alkali cellulose crumbs are placed in a vat and are allowed to react with carbon disulfide under controlled temperature around 20 to 30 degrees centigrade to form a cellulose gyanthate. The orange cellulose gyanthate crumbs is dissolved in dilute sodium hydroxide at 15 to 20 degrees centigrade under controlled atmospheric conditions to obtain a viscous orange colored solution called viscose, which is the basis for the manufacturing process. The viscose solution is then filtered and is deaerated. Dissolving. Because of the blocks of ungyantheated cellulose in the crystalline region, the yellow crumbs is not completely soluble at this stage. Because the cellulose gyanthate solution has a very high viscosity. The cellulose gyanthate solution has very high viscosity. It has been termed viscose. Next process is ripening process. The viscose is allowed to stand for a period of time to ripen. Two important processes occur during ripening: redistribution and loss of gyanthate groups. Next process is filtration or filtering. The viscose is filtered to remove undissolved materials that might disrupt the spinning process. During the spinning process, the unwanted materials may come from the spinnerate, so it affect the production process of the viscose rayon. So it should be filtered. Decasing, bubbles of air entrapped in the viscose must be removed prior to the extrusion, or they would cause n number of problems like voids, weak spots in fine viscose rayon filaments. Next is a spinning process, very important process. It is a wet spinning process. Production of viscose rayon filaments, we are using wet spinning technique. The viscous solution is metered through a spinnerate into a spin bath containing sulfuric acid, sodium sulfate, zinc sulfate chemicals. So the spinnerate, the viscose rayon is used through the spinnerate and a coagulation path, then we can get the filament yarn. So drawing, the rayon filaments are stretched while the cellulose chains are still relatively mobile. So drawing is a process in order to give the viscose rayon filaments to increase the orientation of molecules inside the viscose rayon filament. So we can use partially oriented or fully oriented or high oriented yarns. So based upon the orientation, the strength of the viscose rayon filament is vary. Strength and uniformity is determined by the drawing process. After drawing, the normal washing process is carried out, then we go for cutting process. So if we want stable fibers for producing through spinning process, means we can cut the filament into stable condition. So these are the 13 important processes are required. These are the 13 important processes are required to produce viscose rayon filament yarn. We know very well viscose rayon is a regenerated cellulosic fiber or modified cellulosic fiber. The steeping, pressing, shredding, aging, generation, dissolving, ripening, filtration, decasing, spinning. Spinning is wet spinning. Drawing, washing, cutting processes are required to produce viscose rayon filament yarn. So in this class, we discussed about application of natural and synthetic fibers. So first topic. Second topic, we discussed about the cotton cultivation and harvesting. Third topic, production of viscose rayon. Thank you.